Good afternoon and welcome to the meeting number 13 of Spearhead Toastmasters. I am Paramita, Sergeant at Arms for today. We provide supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. You are now inside the code of conduct of Toastmasters meeting. Please be advised that this meeting is being recorded and that it may not be possible to pause the recording. The following are the meeting rules. Please be advised that any behavior that disrupts the flow of the meeting will result in a removal from the meeting room without any warning. Please ensure that your noise-making devices are either switched off or on silent mode. Please speak responsibly on religion, sex, and politics in your speeches. As far as possible, please keep your videos on, audio off, and applause flowing throughout. Be the kind of audience for others you would like to have for yourself. TMOD, TTM, and GE, please ensure a smart audio video check before handing over to the respective role players. Role player, please rename yourself as role player hyphen your name hyphen your club name. You may omit the club name if you are a member of a Spearhead Toastmasters. Please acquaint yourself with the role of timer. The timer will use background change, sharing to indicate time using one of the three cards. Green means that you have reached the minimum qualifying time. Yellow indicates that it is good time to start concluding. Red specifies that you have 30 seconds more or you will be disqualified. Individual session timing will be explained in due time. We encourage you to use Zoom emoticons generously to encourage role players. We sincerely request you not to send chat messages to everyone or the speaker on stage. In fact, refrain from chatting altogether and focus on the speaker. Reiterating, please stay on mute until specifically requested to unmute. Polls will be launched after each section and they will be closed after 30 seconds. Now, I would like to introduce our presiding officer, one of the strongest pillar of Spearhead Toastmaster, Ragini Rajpal. Please welcome her with huge round of applause. Over to you, Ragini.
Thank you, Toastmaster Paramita, for always opening the meeting on a high spirit. And thank you everyone for coming and joining us here today. I'm pleased to welcome all of you to the 13th meeting of the Spearhead Toastmasters Club. Just before we get started, I would like to express my gratitude to all the role players who generously helped us to put this event come together smoothly, and also acknowledge the presence of our esteemed guest who added the cherry on the top. Commencing with our respected area director, Toastmaster Swati Ahuja, our designated guest, distinguished Toastmaster Padma Singh. Then we have guest Ayush Goenka, Bushra Ilyas, Charu Agarwal, Priyanka Mishra from our sister club Turning Point Toastmasters, who is also playing an evaluator's role, Harish Reddy, Vipul Bachani, who is from GCTC Toastmasters Club and also playing a timer's role for us today. And we're done. Thank you. So today is definitely not an ordinary meeting. To simplify, we generally have moments of truth as an event to check the health status of the club. But Spearhead, being Spearhead, found an innovative way to conduct the same within our regular course of meeting. We will have the Toastmaster of the day explaining the 6 parameters for moments of truth, and towards the end, a Google form will be circulated to take your feedback on those parameters. So a subtle way of requesting you to please stay till the end. Now, first, for such not so ordinary meeting, our TMOD got to be extraordinary, right? And who else than this exceptional leader conduct the session for us? She is amiable and collaborative, affable and welcoming, humble and charming. Oh, I'm already short of synonyms for her remarkable persona. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome an extremely wonderful woman who is also our respected area director, which makes this event even more special. And with a huge round of applause, welcome Toastmaster of the Day, Swati Ahuja, with the theme Moments of Truth.
Thank you so much. Thank you for that generous introduction. So, greetings to all the members present. It's an honor to be here again and hope everyone is having a good time and enjoying the long weekend. So, all of us started our Toastmaster journey from somewhere. For me, it was a demo session that was conducted at my workplace by a few seasoned Toastmasters. I remember there was Toastmaster Nimish Joseph, there was Toastmaster Amelia, Toastmaster Pratish, Toastmaster Abhinav, and the experience was so mesmerizing that I had decided to join Toastmasters in the first few minutes of the meeting itself. The experience was so positive. So, as a club, you want to create a similar kind of experience for all the new and prospective members. But what tools do we have? Now, one such tool that acts as a guide to deliver quality service and outstanding member experience is Moments of Truth, aka MOT, in its abbreviated form, obviously. So, let me share my screen to elaborate the concept for all of you. So, please let me know once the screen is available. Okay. So I hope the screen is visible to you.
Yes.
All right. So, Moments of Truth. A moment of truth is an episode where one person comes in contact with any aspect of Toastmasters' experience and forms an impression of a club's quality and service. Now, there are 6 critical moments of truth in which clubs have the opportunity to create positive impressions. Now, let me start by the first one. So, first impressions. As quoted by Will Rogers, you never get a second chance to create a first impression. So in first impressions, we see the club's performance from from the guest's eyes and what impressions he or she draws from the meeting. And the important factors that are to be considered are guest greeted warmly and introduced to officers and members, guest book and name tags provided. These are not applicable for the virtual meetings, obviously. But however, we always ask our guests to rename themselves. So this can be done in every virtual meeting. Professionally arranged meeting room, convenient meeting location, guest invited to address the club, and guest invited to join. So these are the parameters for first impressions. Next, we have membership orientation. So getting membership of a gym will not make you fit. You'll have to go there and work out. So similarly, now the club has got enough members, but now they have certain expectations from the leadership. And obviously the whole club member has to support them. So these parameters will judge the membership orientation parameter. So there should be a formal induction, including presentation of pin and manuals, assignment of mentor. Every new member should be assigned a mentor so that that mentor is actually keeping up a, a basic flow of what the member is doing. Education programs and recognition system discussed. So as we know, we have pathways in Toastmasters. So every new member should be introduced to pathways, how they are supposed to join a particular pathway and how they have to pursue them. Learning needs assessed. Whatever we think that a member needs, suppose somebody is struggling in evaluation. So the mentor or the leadership should actually look into it and they should provide all that learning tools that are needed by the members. Discussed accommodation for members with disabilities, speaking roles assigned, and members involved in all the club activities. So we should make sure that every member of the club is actually taking roles and performing. So we will continue this throughout the meeting, but let's move on to our, one second, how to stop share, okay. So now we have the regular meeting as well. So now let's continue with that. So we will have the meeting in 3 segments. First, there will be prepared speeches, then there will be a table topic, and then we will have evaluations to get the feedback. To conduct the evaluation, I have someone who has just introduced me in such a nice manner. She has been a Toastmaster for more than 2 years, and she works with BCG, and I just got to know that she's a dancer by passion. So let's welcome Toastmaster Ragini, who is going to be the general evaluator for this meeting. Please introduce your tag team, Toastmaster Ragini.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. It can be dangerous to do things without supervision. In a gym, you may hurt your back. In medicine, you may have fatal side effects. And in public speaking, you may die of embarrassments after knowing that your eye was scanning the ground or hands were drawing imaginary circles. An experienced supervisor can help you in all these places. That's exactly how we do things in Toastmasters. And every meeting has an evaluator whose role is to give a comprehensive report on all speakers and role plays. Today, I am that supervisor, and I have a team to help me. Let me introduce this team to you now. I request the tech master to please spotlight the role plays as I introduce them and describe their responsibilities. First, we have our timer. Sorry. Toastmaster Deepak. To make our communication concise, he will display the cards. Can we spotlight him as well, please? Thank you. Okay, so Deepak, please display the cards as I announce it.
Ragini, my name is Vipul.
Sorry. Vipul, please display the cards as I announce it, and I'm really sorry.
Yeah, just 1 minute.
Okay. Every prepared speech is subjected to a time limit of 5 to 7 minutes. You see the green light.
1 minute, 1 minute.
Vipul, you are sharing the whole screen. You need to share only the cards.
Yeah, 1 minute just. Give me 1 minute. Find the card.
It's okay. So what I can do is I will just speak out the time.
You introduce the next role player. I will introduce the next role player along with you. We'll come back to timer.
Okay. To make our communication clear and free of any filler words, we have the R counter, Toastmaster Surjit Lakhnotra. He will make the note of pauses, repetitions, sounds, and fumbles like R's and ums, filler words like you know, so, I mean, etc., etc., used by speakers and role players. To make our communication correct, we have grammarian, Toastmaster Nimit Mittal, who would note down the good usages of this beautiful language and also let us know where could we improve by providing some not so good usages or grammatical errors made by speakers and role players. Also, he is to introduce the word of the day, and I would pass the stage to him to introduce the same.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. Yes, as the grammarian today, one of my responsibility is to share the word of the day. And in light of the theme, I have chosen a word which is close to my industry as well, but at the same time, that really prompted me to learn this word, what it is all about. And now I am going to share it with you. It is cognizance. Cognizance means having detailed knowledge about or understanding something. So let us try to have detailed knowledge about the club we are part of and how we can use it. Moments of Truth is a great exercise for our cognizance about the Toastmasters Club. I request all of you to please use it extensively in today's meeting and beyond, and it would be appreciated and recognized with a thumbs up like this or virtually through Zoom emoticons. Thank you, and over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, grammarian. So now we welcome back our timer, Toastmaster Vipul. Yes. To make our communication concise, we have the timer. Please display the cards as I announce them. Every prepared speech is subjected to a time limit of 5 to 7 minutes. You see this green light at 5 minutes, yellow at 6, and red at 7 minutes. There is a 30 seconds grace period on either side. Every table topic speech is again subjected to a time limit of 1 to 2 minutes. You see the green light at 1, yellow at 1.5, and red at 2 minutes of time. There is a 30 seconds grace period on upper side. Lastly, every evaluation section is subjected to a time limit of 2 to 3 minutes. You see the green light at 2, yellow at 2.5, and red at 3 minutes of time. There is a 30 seconds grace period on either side. Thank you, Toastmaster Vipul. Lastly, we also have our evaluator who's going to evaluate the prepared speech and who is Toastmaster Priyanka. Can we please spotlight her as well? Thank you. So Toastmaster Priyanka will evaluate the prepared speech and we have one speaker today. Thank you. With this hope to learn and be more resilient by moving ups and downs, I would now hand over the stage back to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Ragini, for that cognizant introduction of your tag team. I hope I have used the word in a correct manner. So let's start our prepared speech section. I would like to call upon somebody who's a software engineer by profession. She's working with IoT 883 Gurgaon. I'm so sorry if I pronounce it wrong. She likes public speaking, shopping, traveling, journaling, clubbing, event planning. My God, she's such, she has such varied hobbies. I don't have one. So, but before that, let me call upon the speech evaluator for her, Toastmaster Priyanka, to state the speech objective for Toastmaster Surbhi.
Priyanka, we can't hear you. Not audible yet. Nope. Check the device. There must be some issue. Nope, you are not audible. No worries. What we can do is we will invite the speaker, and after the speech, we will remind people what the speech objectives were. Till then, you figure out your audio.
Or we can just post the objectives. Yes, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. So I'll read out the purpose of the project. So purpose of this project is for the member to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback and apply the feedback to a second speech. So let's call upon Toastmaster Surbhi. Real versus real, Toastmaster, sorry. Real versus real, Toastmaster Surbhi. Toastmaster Surbhi, real versus real.
In 1902, the sociologist Charles Hurton Cooley wrote, "I am not what I think I am. I am not what you think I am. I am what I think you think I am." Let that blow your mind for a moment. Our identities are wrapped up in what others think of us, or more accurately, what we think others think of us. Our self-image is tied up in how others see us, and these are the reels that keep on playing in our heads one after the other. So I want to ask you all, have you ever looked for such validations in your life? Just give me a heads up on this if you ever have. Well, I certainly see some hands. So let me take you all 1.5 years back to my own journey on living in these real world and coming out to a real one. It was the morning of January 10. I woke up half asleep, grabbed my phone, and suddenly started checking my emails. And there it was, the email from the Canadian Embassy regarding my student visa. My heart skipped a beat, seeing the second rejection on my student visa, and with that, all my hopes regarding my dream to study abroad were completely shattered. I was heartbroken. And more than that, I started developing fears in my mind, or I should say, the reels started playing in my head about how am I going to face my batchmates. I started comprehending about what would they think of me, whether they would look down on me and whatnot. This made me overanalyze the present circumstance and made me feel as everything is going against me. Soon, I realized that I need to face my reality. But basically, people did not even care. Everyone was consumed in their own placement issues and third world problems. However, there were other tons of things and situations happening, which I would not like to discuss in cognizance, but they were definitely taking a big toll on me. Soon we were sent to our home for our holy vacations, which have not ended yet due to the pandemic. Imagine living away from your home for 3 consecutive years, surrounded by friends all the time, going out for parties each weekend, planning fests and activities one after the other. And soon you realize that everything has come to an end and you might never be able to experience all this again. So this took a quite big toll on me. And that too when you are trying to deal with the facts of your life. I certainly forgot the happy-go-lucky Surbhi I was, and I was a completely changed person. My self-esteem was wrapped up in the apprehensions that I had created around myself. But here comes the turning point. The time I got in touch with a senior of mine, which helped me get through it. But it was not until I decided to help myself. Starting with the fact that we should never center our life around any particular goal, situation, or people. We never know what comes our way. And if we don't get what we desire, then there is nothing to look up to. At the same time, I realized that people, be it our friends, family, or even our better halves, they can just add to our happiness. They cannot become the source of it. If we put this responsibility over anyone, it is not just wrong that we are giving away our power, but also that we are burdening the other person with such a heavy responsibility on their shoulders. And anyone is likely to drop it at some point or the other. Here comes the concept of self-love. We need to love ourselves each day to an extent that we never indulge in self-pity. We need to love ourselves each day and work on self-improvement activities, respect our time, and it is then when things start to align themselves. As I'm a firm believer of this law called the law of attraction, which says that thoughts become things. Life is always a mirror. What you are holding is always reflected back on you. The time I started releasing all these negativities and fears, I started to gain hope again. And automatically, things started to align in my favor. It is just a matter of acceptance. The time I got my job offer from my company, I realized how big this opportunity is in itself. And as they say, that beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. Each day is an opportunity to be grateful for what we have and not complain for what we don't. Because the time I myself faced COVID, I used to struggle for each breath that I'm taking right now. So today, I'm a much stronger and a wiser person as I was not before. There will be times when these reels will start to create their branches in our heads. We cannot control the situation, but we can definitely control our reaction towards it. We should know how to cut these branches and take the accelerator of our life in our own hands by accepting the reality and letting go of what is holding us back. After all, happiness is not by chance, it is by choice. As our personalities are defined by the confidence we have, the compassion we carry, the knowledge we spread, I want to make sure that I keep on creating my USP by learning and growing. Lastly, I would like to say that we really need to come out of this real world, which is merely an illusion. As our holy book Bhagavad Gita also says, it is better to live your own life imperfectly than to live somebody else's life with perfection. Thank you, and over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Survi. That was such an amazing speech. And I also actually read a quote yesterday. We should never say thank you for the happy moments to anybody. We should always say thank you for supporting my happiness. So let's have 1 minute silence, and you can share your feedback in the personal chat with our speaker. And timer, please let me know when the 1 minute is over.
Yeah, 1 minute is over.
Thank you so much. So now let's move on to our theme. I'll share my screen again. And now we will discuss the third parameter, which is fellowship, variety, and communication. So as Henry Ford has quoted, coming together is the beginning, keeping together is the progress, but working together is the success. So after the well-directed start, the clubs and its members now want to grow leaps and bounds, and they want to explore the beautiful universe of our Toastmasters. So in this parameter, we shall introspect how as a club we are doing in terms of these points. Are we greeting the guest warmly? Are we conducting the sessions in an enjoyable manner? And are we conducting the educational meetings for all the members? Regularly scheduled social events, participation in area, district, and international events. We are going to have a few in the coming months. Interclub events, and are we maintaining the club newsletter or the website? So these are the points that we have to keep in mind in fellowship, variety, and communication. Next comes program planning and meeting organization. So people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. This has been said by Maya Angligon. So when club meetings are carefully planned and with well-prepared speakers and useful evaluations, members are able to achieve their educational goals. They are actually able to achieve those long-term and short-term goals that they have set for them. So we have to keep these parameters in mind. Program and agenda publicized in advance. Members are prepared to carry out all the program assignments. All the projects are manual projects. Meetings begin and end on time. Creative table topics and activities, and positive and helpful evaluations. So these are the some points that we have to keep in mind when we are planning our meetings. So let's move on to the table topics, which is the next segment of our meeting. For this, I would like to call upon a very new Toastmaster. She is a soft skill trainer and she likes to travel and explore new places. So let me call upon Toastmaster Kanika to conduct the table topics.
Thank you, Toastmaster Swati, for the introduction. I hope I'm visible and audible. Sorry.
Yes.
To everyone. Okay, great. So I would like to start by saying Toastmaster table topic section is personally my favorite, as it is the most exciting and it allows the speakers to think on their feet and be impromptu and spontaneous. So I would be very happy for more participants to participate in this, and I'll be looking forward for their interesting thoughts on the topics. So you have to speak on an average 1 to 2 minutes. And I also encourage you to use the word of the day, which is cognizance. So let's get started. Who wants to be the first? Any volunteers? Okay, so I would like to call upon an experienced Toastmaster. Toastmaster Padma, would you like to volunteer for this?
Sure, I will, but maybe you like to give a chance to Anant. I saw him raise his hand.
Oh, okay, I think I missed it. Sorry, Anant, I must have missed it. So I would like to call upon Anant. Anant, the topic is weirdest rumor you've heard. Toastmaster Anant, weirdest rumor you've heard.
Weirdest rumor. Well, we have heard so many rumors. Let me take maybe a couple of seconds to think of weirdest rumors. Do you recall any rumor? No? Okay. All right, I will then speak whatever is comes on top of my mind. I heard a rumor that whenever Indian team goes on to travel the overseas, the England, Australia, New Zealand, or South Africa, in these countries, we don't have good enough bowlers. Well, this year we have disproved this rumor once and for all. For all these years, we have had at least one bowler who was really a good fast bowlers on these seaming pitches, be it Srinath or Zahir Khan or Ishan Sharma for some time. But this year, forget about how Indian batting is performing. Indian bowling has come out as a champion bowling unit. Remember a few months back in Australia, we got half of our bowling battery injured. And even then we had replacement bowlers coming in and still doing the job. In fact, winning the series altogether. So this year, our batsmen may be scared of the English fast bowlers, but their batsmen are even more scared of our Indian fast bowlers. That is such a pleasant, heartwarming thing to see in our own lifetime, which we didn't think was possible in this lifetime. So, ladies and gentlemen, as a cricket lover, I am very happy to see this weird myth or rumor being dispelled. English commentators' faces in the commentator room, they are worth watching when they are seeing our bowlers actually winning the matches for us and not our famous, fabled batting lineup. That is what I want to share today on the topic given. Over to you, Madam Table Topic Master.
Thank you, Anand, for sharing such useful insights. And it was wonderful to know so much more about cricket. I would like to call upon the next volunteer.
I'm game now.
Okay. So could you please, okay, so it's Padma, right?
Yes.
So Padma, the topic is, do you think it's better to be diplomatic or straightforward? Padma, do you think it's better to be diplomatic or straightforward?
So it all depends on the person with whom you are interacting. But there is one standard rule that if you are talking to your spouse, particularly your wife, better be diplomatic. And this I'm talking after several years of actual experience. The knocks on my head have been responsible for the falling off of most of my hair. Of course, we also have candid conversations. But even in the midst of all that candid conversation, I always get the last word when I say, yes, darling, I agree with you. In a serious sense, I think it is very important for us to be authentic and communicate what we feel. Because in my dictionary, that is the definition of integrity. Integrity to me is what I feel being the same as what I say and what I do. A complete congruence between these three things, what I feel, what I say, and what I do, is what is integrity. And over the long term, if we have to build solid, robust relationship with stakeholders around us, it is extremely important to be seen as telling whatever is there in your mind. Keeping something inside and whitewashing it is definitely going to spoil relationships. Though in the initial instance, it may appear as if you are making everybody smile and feel happy, very soon the mask will wear off, and then you will be considered to be a joker who cannot be depended on to give real inputs. So I would very strongly suggest that we should say what we mean, but of course, with all the courtesy that is required, with all the sensitivity that is required, with all the consideration for the other person's feeling that is required. So my vote definitely goes for stating what we have in mind, not being diplomatic. Thank you so much. Back to you, Table Topic Master.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmasters Padma. I would like to call upon next Toastmaster Rupinder. The topic is, could you please share a quick recipe which you love? Please share a quick recipe which you love, Toastmaster Rupinder.
Thank you, Madam Table Topic Master. Of course, I can share a recipe that I love. I love that recipe because it is actually pasta sauce, and it was taught to me by an Italian. Her name is Paola Donati. I don't know where she is these days, but I met her in 2003, and there is an interesting story to this. I was on a project that was a localization project in which I had to convert courses from one language to other. So in this case, I got two extremes. One was Japanese, the other was Italian. Now, Japanese, the Japanese translator or the localizer, he was very particular about time. If he said that he was going to be there at 9, then he was there at 9, no matter what happened. This particular person was all about relax. And she was about pasta sauce, and she was about coffee. Her favorite quote was, "Cafe, let's have cafe." She taught me how to make a pasta sauce, which I have not forgotten to this day. The key ingredient in that pasta sauce is fresh, ripe tomatoes. Now, you can say, what's the big deal with tomatoes? Everyone can get in tomatoes. It's the way you treat those tomatoes. So the way she taught me was that you slice the tomato from the top, you remove the stem, then you boil it in water. And when you boil it in water, when you take it out, the skin peels off. What remains, you actually crush them with your hands inside the pot. And then you start adding whatever condiments you want to add, chili, salt, oregano, and if you want to add vegetables, etc., you can do that. But it is very important to first add the tomato, because the flavor of tomato will pervade. It will be cognizant throughout your recipe. So that is one recipe that I learned. It can form a base for anything that you want that is tomato based. Hope you will try that, won't you, Madam Topics Master?
Definitely, I would try that, distinguished Toastmaster Rupinder. Thank you for sharing the wonderful recipe. Next, I would like to call upon the Toastmaster Deepika. The topic is you have to share 3 not so popular facts about you. 3 not so popular facts about you, Toastmaster Deepika.
Hi, thanks for giving me a topic, table topic master. So I'm not able to think of these, 3 things so unpopular about me.
You can state popular things also, which we don't know.
I don't think there are any such things, popular or unpopular, but I think I'm not able to think of anything at the moment.
Speak whatever you want. It's your time.
Yeah, you can state any 3 things about you. It could be as simple as your favorite movie, or the kind of movies that you enjoy, anything, or the kind of food that you like. No problem, Deepika. Hopefully, we would get to know more about you in the next session. Now,
Yeah.
I would like to call upon anyone from who are the guests. Harish, Bushra, Charu, anyone who would like to volunteer. What about anybody, any volunteers? Okay, so let's go with Toastmaster Charu. So Charu, the topic is, have you ever regretted speaking the truth? Have you ever regretted speaking the truth, Charu?
I'm not a Toastmaster, I'm just a guest for the session, but I'll still go ahead. Have I ever regretted speaking the truth? I think yes, I have. So there is always this conversation of how much you should tell the other person, and especially in a work environment, I think if you just let out too much, it can be used against you, or like people form judgments which do not always help you in the long run. So yeah, that's a yes for me.
Thank you, Toastmasters Charu, for sharing your experience. I would like to call upon Rama. And I would ask the same question, the 3 not so popular truth about you. The 3 not so popular truth about you, Toastmaster Rama.
Thank you, Kanika. 3, sorry, please repeat the topic.
The 3 not so popular facts about you.
Not too popular. Okay.
You can state any 3 facts about you as well.
Okay.
If it helps, tell us 3 things we don't know about you.
Okay, I would make it easier. Can you tell me your favorite dish, your favorite movie, and your celebrity crush?
I don't watch movies so much, but I love to eat. So my favorite dish is South Indian food. I like to eat dosa, uttapam, and my favorite these days. And I like even Chinese food, which I prepare at home, like Manchurian and fried rice. And momo is my favorite Chinese food, which I prepare myself at home.
Wow.
And my favorite movie crush is Akshay Kumar, because the way he follow his daily routine, like he wake up early in the morning around 4 p.m. He does exercise, and I like his acting as well. Thank you so much. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmasters Rama. It was great knowing you. Now, I would like to specify this section is specifically for the guests, especially for today's session. So I would like to call upon Harish. Harish, can you hear me?
Yeah, yes, Kanika.
Okay, great, Harish. So, Harish, the topic is the first reaction to truth is hatred. The first reaction to truth is hatred, Harish.
Hatred, like hate, right?
Yeah.
Can you make it a little bit easy
So
for
it
me?
means that when you say
Can
that
you repeat again?
the first reaction to truth is hatred, it means when you say the truth, it's not easily accepted by others.
Yeah. When someone cook any dishes which are like not delicious, when I say the truth in front of them, so they will feel awkward, and they will feel very uncomfort. And one more thing recently happened with me. My friend he wear a different type of dress, and he said it is a traditional. So I thought it is not traditional. I directly told him in front of his face. So he really different reactions. So thank you, Toastmaster Kanika.
Thank you, Toastmaster Harish, guest Harish, for sharing the universal truth. When people ask us if the food was good, they always not want to hear the truth. And even if it was not, we should probably be a little kind and appreciate them. So yes, that's our realization as well, I believe. Now I would like to hand over to Toastmaster Swati. Thank you so much for your participation and being active in today's round.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Kanika, for that wonderful table topic section. So let's move on to the last parameters of moments of truth. I would now share the screen again. All right, so the last two parameters of MOT are as follows. So membership strength. Helen Keller has quoted that alone we can do so little and together we can do so much. So obviously, if we won't have much members in the meeting, we won't be able to enjoy ourselves. When the club has enough members to provide leadership roles and fill the meeting and committee assignments, this creates a lively and active club that benefits the existing members and draws new members in. So the following factors are responsible for these for this parameter. So the club should have 20 or more members. Members should be retained. Promotion in club's organization or community, VPPR should take care of this point. Club programs are varied and exciting. Toastmasters sponsoring new members are recognized. Regular membership building programs. So we should all consider these points under membership strength. The last point we have is achievement recognition. So now, having done all the work and so much for our club, the members need to celebrate the achievements and they should basically publish the praise, the appreciation, and the recognition for all the members. And the following points should be considered. Award applications immediately submitted to World Headquarters, progress chart displayed and maintained, member achievements recognized with ceremony, club district and international leaders recognized, club and member achievements publicized, DCP used for planning and recognition. So these are all the points that should be considered under achievement recognition. Now, let's move on to our next segment, which is the evaluation segment, and that will be conducted by Toastmaster Ragini. Please welcome Toastmaster Ragini.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. With this, we land to the most important segment, that is evaluations. I will state my detailed evaluation for all the role players towards the end of this section. To spearhead the process, let me first bring my team forward so that I can evaluate them as well. I will start with the speech evaluator. With all due respect, I'd like to invite on stage my first evaluator, Toastmaster Priyanka, to evaluate the speech for Toastmaster Surbhi.
Thank you, Thank you, General Evaluator. Am I audible and visible?
Yes, you are audible and visible as well.
Thank you. Okay. Yes. So let's start the evaluation of Toastmaster Surbhi's speech. Being even the first speech, I love the research she had done throughout her speech. She had her own personal story. However, she didn't restrict only to the story. She had enough research, and that was visible with the quote she added throughout the speech. I love that part. Besides that, the vocal clarity, each and every word was clearly understandable to me. Everything was so clear, well clear, so that even if a 2-year-old will sit and listen to her speech, he would be able to understand. He or she will be able to understand. This speech has enough research. How to make this research a perfect speech. Let's talk about the conclusion part in the speech. I marked there were many epitome of conclusions. There were many messages in the single speech. Maybe the speaker had by adding so many quotes and research, by adding so many research topics, she might have ended up having so many purpose of the speech. For example, somewhere I marked she was talking about the happiness. Somewhere there was a talk about the somewhere there were different purposes of the speech. There are multiple purposes of the speeches. How about we only stick with the single purpose of the speech and make the conclusion better? And not even a single purpose. How we also explain how we concluded that single purpose. If we had some problems, we solved it. How did we solve it? Just with the quote at the last, that is not enough to convince the audience. Besides that, about the body language, I would like to suggest the speaker to work on the eye contact. Maybe because the laptop or the screen was not kept on the same stage, same level of the eye. That is why we're missing out the eye contact of the speaker. So if I summarize, how about we only stick to single purpose of the speech and explain how did we reach to that purpose. Plus challenge ourselves to make an eye contact with the camera so that we would be able to connect with the audience very well. Thank you very much. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Priyanka. And now I will evaluate the table topic speakers first, and then we will go to hear the evaluation from the tag team.
May I launch the polls for TT once before we forget?
Yes, sure, please. Let us first poll for the best table topic speaker. Thank you. And moving on, I would now provide a quick evaluation for the table topic speakers before we move on to the tag team. Starting with speaker 1, Anand. Weirdest rumors. Oh, I'm still not able to figure out one as of yet. But first, I'd appreciate you that the line of thought which you used definitely did not cross my mind. So here it is. It is natural to get short of words when you have to recall a rumor, a moment, any story whatsoever. But did you notice what speaker did here? One, while he was thinking, he covered up his thinking through asking his kid, have you heard of any rumor? Asking the audience, have you heard of any rumor? Filling up the words and making up the lines, okay, I will speak what comes to my mind. What do you think these lines were? These were filling up the table topic, and it acted so naturally. And then he came up with the answer to the table topic, right? So that is the learning which you should all take from him, and that actually comes with more and more practice. Speaker 2 was Padma. I must say I was so intrigued by your words that I never noticed the timer card flashing red. Brilliant of you coming up with such structured thoughts in such a short amount of time. A big round of applause, please. I like the tinge of humor you added, that how to be diplomatic with your wife, with your better halves and stuff. So that was a really well thought words in that amount of time. Speaker 3 was Rupinder Singh. What an appropriate title given to the right person. Food in mind and food for thought in his words. I like the innovative crafting of the speech, the stage choreography of how you question the TTM at the end. Would you try that recipe? And he did not just answer the recipe, but he also structured his thoughts around how he met that person and what that person taught him. So that storytelling it became a two-way conversation. So it was very engaging. That's another way to approach the table topics. Speaker 4, Deepika. We've heard some great speeches from you, and it is absolutely okay that you did not speak much today. I'm sure with practice, you will do great next time. Speaker 5 was our guest, Charu. I'm happy that you took the courage to participate. Despite being new to the game, you played that topic amazingly well. Just that we would like to hear more from you, because I could believe that you can elaborate more on the topic as you started off really well. Speaker 6 was Rama. Rama, I must tell you, you are as sweet as your speech. I like the usage of words in your content, but again, you can elaborate a little more, add some examples, add some more weightage to your content. 1 to 2 minutes of that word is very important for you. So you can add more words to it, right? Speaker 7 was Harish. Harish, it indeed takes great courage just to decide to step up on the stage. I like the way you started with an opinion about what you believe in. And again, there were some technical glitches, so I was not able to hear you well, but I'm sure with some practice, you will do great. And I think we are done with the table topic speeches. Yes. And now I will move on to the evaluation from my team members, who is the tag team. First, I would like to call upon our grammarian of the day, Toastmaster Nimit Mittal, and hear his evaluation.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. Just give me a second, please. I'll rectify the background noise.
Sure.
Hello?
Yes, you're audible.
Yeah, so I am sharing my screen. It was a great day as a grammarian because most of you, in fact, were excellent on the day. And I really had to nitpick if any improper usage was there in the meeting. As you can see, the word of the day was cognizance. And it is in my cognizance that so many people use this word. And I hope all of you would be using this word going forward. As you can see today, the Toastmaster today, the prepared speaker and the table topic speaker 3 Rupinder used the word of the day once. And if I really had to nitpick any improper usage, it was, it goes like this. When someone cook and they will feel, I feel that a better subject work agreement can be made here. When someone cooks, they will feel. Either it can go by that, or when some are cooking, that they will feel. So subject work agreement. Conclusion, the pronunciation should be conclusion, not conclusion. And speak to single purpose can be replaced with speak with single purpose. Coming to the good usages, and in fact there were many, the presiding officer and general evaluator used the terms like cherry on the top, tinge of humor, intrigued. The prepared speaker should be used identity wrapped up, third world problems, which means economic or political instability. Beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. The table topics master used the term think on your feet, which means to think ad hoc. The table topic speakers, Anant used battery dispelled, which means make a belief disappear. Toastmaster Padma used congruence, which means to be in sync or harmony. And Rupinder used the word condiments, which means flavors or spices. It was a pleasure to be your grammarian of the day. Thank you, and back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nimit. And we move on to our next report, who is our counter for the day, Toastmaster Surjit.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. So I am showing the screen. Is my screen visible?
Yes.
Okay, here is the report. So we have two speakers, that is General Evaluator, and we have table topic speaker 3, Padma. So yeah, they were flawless and they have 0 counter today. So kudos to them. And now we have also Sa Paramita. She also didn't use any or any repetition word. So now move on to our presiding officer, Ragini. During her introduction, she used 1 times and we have T-mode. She used 14 times and repetition 1 times, 1 time, and so 12 times. So total is 28. We Nimit Mittal grammarian, he used 2 times and what 2 times. So total is 4. So we have speaker 1, Surbhi Mittal. She used a repeated word 3 times. So there was the only repetition and there was no any other crutches in the speech. So we move on to our TTM Kanika. She used 1 time, repeated word 1 time, and and used 3 times, and so used 6 times. So total is 11. Speech evaluator Priyanka, she used repeated word 5 times and so 1 times, and there was pause 1 time. So total is 7. We have table topic 1, Anand. He used 2 times, 1 times, and 1 times. So 1 times, so total is 5. Table topic 3, Rupinder Singh. He used 1 time and so used 2 times. So total is 3. Deepika, table topic 4. She used 2 times, so 1 times, and paused 1 time, or 4. Charu used 5 times, so 1 times, and there was 3 long pauses in her speech. So total is 9. Rama Chopde, she used and 4 times, and there was pauses in her speech 3 times. And last speaker, Harish Reddy, he used 9 times. When there was 1 repetition, and total is 12. So that was the counter reports. Now I hand over the stage back to our general evaluator. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sarjeet. And lastly, we welcome on stage our timer for the day, Toastmaster Vipul.
Give 1 minute. So as you can see on my screen, Surbhi as a speaker took 7 minutes 10 seconds, and the table topic masters Anand took 2 minutes 2 seconds, Padma took 2 minutes 5 seconds, Rupinder took 2 minutes 15 seconds, Charu took 40 seconds, Rama took 1 minute 25 seconds, Harish took 58 seconds, and Priyanka as an evaluator took 3 minutes 10 seconds. So that's all from my side.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vipul. With this, I will now provide my evaluation for the role players and the meeting throughout. Talking about fiascos and successes, my evaluation will follow a sequential order. First, Sergeant at Arms. Sergeant at Arms set the ball rolling by starting the meeting right on time. Club mission statement and ground rules were properly read by the Sergeant at Arms. Toastmaster of the day. Theme of the day, Moments of Truth, was a very thoughtful theme. A profound insight was provided by explaining the parameters in detail, through also sharing the slides and making it more precise and clear for the audience. Thank you for facilitating the session for us, Toastmaster Swati. Table Topics Master, Toastmaster Kanika, played the role for the very first time. A huge round of applause on her performance today. She explained the table topics section properly. Table topics were interesting and generic in nature. I appreciate the way you tried to make speakers comfortable by simplifying topics on the spot, and plus your encouraging comments after each table topic speaker. I just believe that we had more time to proceed with table topic session. So you would have taken some more topics for the day maybe. Then my commendation for the speech evaluator. Let us also vote
for the best role players. We should have launched it beforehand, before your evaluation, but now at least now we need to launch it. And before you go ahead for further, we need to also launch it for tag team voting.
Yes, for tag team, yes, but best role player after my evaluation, no?
That is where it becomes biased. So we need to have it.
After the best role player will happen when the presiding officer comes in.
Okay, so I have launched it anyway. So what do we do?
Okay, let's vote it. No worries. Let's vote for the best role player, and then we have a poll for best tag team, and then I'll continue with my evaluation.
Thank you. Last few seconds, 11 out of 13 have voted, and I'm ending. End it. Let's quickly launch it now for the best auxiliary role player as well. And let's take not more than 20 seconds for that. And thank you, Ragini, for accommodating it in between.
Thank you, Tech Master.
9 out of 13 done, 10, 11, and in 3 seconds, closing it. Closed.
Perfect.
Please go ahead.
Thank you. So moving on, my commendation for the speech evaluator, Toastmaster Priyanka, you actually sent the objectives on the chat because of the technical glitches, which is okay. But your commendations and recommendations were meaningful. The tone was positive and encouraging, so kudos to you. Now coming to my favorite role players, my tag team. I am quite biased towards them. Timer. Timer cards were shown appropriately. Small hiccups at the beginning, but we are grateful that you took this role at the very last moment, Toastmaster Vipul. Coming to our counter, Toastmaster Surjit, report was detailed. You set an encouraging tone overall. Displaying and explaining the report created more impact. So thank you for that. Next was our grammarian Toastmaster Nimit. Role was very well explained. Word of the day was explained verbally as well as through the chat box. I appreciate the way of sharing the word of the day again and again on the chat as a reminder for people to use it, and the report was detailed and encouraging. Overall, meeting was conducted very smoothly. Speeches did not feature offensive language. A little hiccups here and there due to technical glitches, which are meant to be. But apart from those, the meeting was smooth. Just that I believe we are before time and not a usual thing, but it's okay. So with this, I will now hand over the stage back to our area director and the Toastmaster of the day, Swati.
Thank you so much, Anil Evaluator. That was such a meaningful evaluation. So now we have discussed the whole, all the parameters for MOT. I have a task for you guys. We will be circulating one Google form to all of you. And that form is anonymous, so feel free to give your honest feedback. We will have all the pointers written in that Google form, and please fill that ASAP. I have shared the link with your president, and you can, I would request the president to first discuss the results with EC. I will get the results. I will share the same with you, and then you can have a discussion with EC first of all, and then share the results with all the members of the club. So now, since we have some time left, we can have a question answer round, or maybe if you can, the way I recalled my moment when I actually decided to be a Toastmaster. If anybody would like to share their moment when they decided to be a Toastmaster, please welcome on stage and share your experience. Or if you have any questions related to MOD, that is also welcome. So anything. Anybody, when you decided to be a Toastmaster, that could be a table topic also.
If I may ask a question, Upinder?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So my question is, we speak about club experience. This is not a standard thing. So how do you really, I mean, from a district officer point of view, you have so many clubs under you. So how do you differentiate between this club and that club experience? I mean, every different club may have a different experience. So what is good, what is bad, what is to be improved, what is to be retained? How do you decide that?
Well, the vibes of every club is different. That is very true. But basically, everybody should be growing. We should not get any offending feeling when I am visiting in any club and I am feeling that, members are performing well. They are getting what they need from the leadership. I mean, their learning needs are being assessed and they are being provided with all the resources from their XCOM team. So if you get that feeling, I think that is okay. You can't really, I mean, there's no standard. You said it right. So basically, every member should be growing and the club should be moving ahead. There are no parameters, but if you're getting this feeling, I think that is enough for me. Anybody would like to add any point to this? So the forms would be anonymous, so feel free to give your honest feedbacks because this is for your own club. This practice should be conducted in, twice in a year, I guess, and you will actually be benefiting from it. There will be, when you will discuss the results, you will have 2 points, the probable causes, why you are scoring less in this point. You can discuss them with your EC, and then you can have an action plan for yourself. So with that action plan, you will actually able to plan your meetings ahead. You can come up with different, some new and innovative ideas together. So
We have Nimit raising his hand, current district officer. We also have Rupinder Ragini, former area directors, and another former division director, Padma, among us. So let us pull in all ideas together.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster. Let me lower my hand. Yeah, so I have one question and one thought. So question, so Toastmaster, today you were saying that the link would be shared with us to answer all the questions pertaining to the moments of truth, whether it would be shared offline or would it be right now?
So your president will be sharing the same with you, I think.
Yes,
right now only.
Thank you, Swati. So thank you, Nimit. I will share the form through the email with all the members just after the meeting I was planning. So I request everyone to fill the same by the end of the day today so that we can compile the results and share the results with you with full transparency as soon as possible, and can also start working on our strengths and weaknesses accordingly.
Thank you very much, Ragini. So that clarifies. Secondly, I would just like to build on what Swati was saying about the moments of truth and how we as district officers see different clubs in different lights. So basically, I would just like to add on that, and I would say, and to remember the 4 core values of Toastmasters, that is integrity, respect, service, and excellence. And essentially in that order, we should be looking at
So patchy internet may be at Nimit's part.
Yeah.
No worries.
So he was talking about the core values of Toastmasters.
So these 4 values, if they are being met and being pursued actively, that is where I think what he was hinting at. Now, guess before some of you start leaving, may we check with you once? How welcomed did you feel? And what brought you to this meeting? And what will bring you again to this meeting the next week? So can you highlight those factors? Can we start with Harish and then with Charu, and then probably with Vipul, our friend from GCTC. So Charu, Harish, please share your thoughts.
Hi, it was a good session. I felt welcomed and I felt involved also. Just a little perspective from somebody joining this for the first time. A few things felt slightly complicated and confusing. So, yeah, I think that's about it. I mean, I understand the concept of hour counter, a timer, and everything, but it just felt slightly formal and so maybe not very like. I think an informal environment is where you tend to speak up more. So that's just my feedback.
Leaders, we have the feedback. It was a little overwhelming. So let us take care of that next time onwards. Thank you so much, Charu, for bringing this to light. Ragini, would you like to proceed with the other guests and then senior leaders?
Thank you, Anand. Thank you, Charu, for your kind feedback. And I would like to add on that, of course, so for a member who's joined for the very first time, it could be overwhelming to see what is happening around, what actually a timer does, even if you explain what a timer actually does, right? But with time, you will realize that this is a forum where formal and informal goes hand in hand. So we are here to learn as well as grow. So how do you learn and grow in an environment which will just remain informal? I mean, it has to have some elements to, make people supervise each other, or maybe uh, point out some things where you can improve, or maybe where you worked well. So for all of those things, we've got some structured role players playing their roles, and that's what comes into the picture in a Toastmasters meeting. Hope that was helpful, and we hope to see you in our further meetings as well. Next, we get to another guest, who is Harish Reddy. Please, can we have his feedback?
Yes, Toastmaster Ragini. So this is my first session. Actually, I was initially in the starting beginning of the meeting. I was confused what's going on, what is this timer, and everything is confusing. What I'm not able to understand exactly in first 20 to 30 minutes. After that's going on, then I'm in the track. Oh, I got to know. Okay, something is happening. So. And the impressive thing which I like in evaluation part and on time, real time data by the grammarian or other folks. So that was really impressive. And I would like to attend in meeting. So our teachers are speakers are using I mean, new words. So that helps me a lot to learn something more which I don't know. Yeah, it was really great session.
Great, thank you so much, Harish. And yes, this is a platform where you should voice out your opinion, your feedbacks, and exchange thoughts with each other. So thank you for that feedback, and we hope to see you in our upcoming meetings. Next, we move on to our designated guest, distinguished Toastmaster Padma. Please, can we have your feedback for the meeting today?
Yeah, this meeting was good. Like I was mentioning earlier, normally when we have MOTs in clubs, we make that the only agenda, but this was a nice way in which you combined the regular meeting with an MOT, thereby accommodating guests who could come in. What I wanted to also mention is that we all recognize we are living in an experience economy, and by and large, the experience that a guest gets in the first meeting, second meeting is what makes them come back again and again. And if I'm here for probably the 8th or the 10th time, it's a clear reflection that this club really knows how to welcome guests and how to make them feel very comfortable. So kudos to all the people on that. I would also say that MOT is a time when we really, overcome our natural tendency to be appreciatively observant. As in, Toastmasters typically over time tend to get very positive about things and tend to get very appreciative about things, and that becomes a kind of part of the DNA, which is very, very, very good, and which is what creates the Toastmaster fellowship among people. This is for all the other meetings of the year. But when it comes to the MOT, I think we should consciously wear the hat of being sufficiently self-critical. So that's the time when we really need to focus on things that we will take to the next level. So it's great that members get that opportunity to be in an exclusive meeting where things can be discussed threadbare without hurting anybody. We can bring out certain things which necessarily are highly self-critical, and then we use that as the basis to grow to the next level. I'm sure within a short span of time, Spearhead has really come to a very, very high level. And one thing is in terms of members or guests feeling very welcome. Second is for the quality of members that you have, the quality of speeches that you have, it's really doesn't look like a 7 meeting old club. Obviously, it looks like a very, very mature club. And here is an opportunity for us to really not go the normal way and take in terms of taking years for the club to mature, but maturing in a fast track fashion. And personally, I love this club and I would like to continue to be associated with this club and assist in any way that I can. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Padma, and we love you too, and we hope to have you in all the meetings, all the upcoming meetings as well. Next, we have Vipul Bachani from GCTC, who also played timer for us. Please, can we have your feedback?
Thanks, Ragini. So I had just joined Toastmasters 1 month back in the GCTC. So it's kind of new to me also. But 3 to 4 meetings down the line, I am quite adapted to the environment of Toastmasters. So my suggestion to the fellow guests that it will gradually be comfortable to you also. Regarding the club, like as the second club I'm coming to after GCTC. So I think that there's a good mix of the seasoned entrepreneur, seasoned Toastmasters and the guests, and the guests were quite welcomed and asked to do table topics, and their feedback was taken into consideration a lot. So that was a great thing. I will take into a picture, and that's all from my side. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Vipul. And I think we do not have any more guests for today. Okay, we have Priyanka. Is she still present here? No, I guess she left. Okay. So with this, we conclude the session of feedback in the meeting today. And with this, I would like to hand over the stage to Toastmaster Rupinder, who will also represent the certificates for today, the polling results and the certificates for the winners. Rupinder, you're on mute.
Please confirm you can see my screen.
Yes.
And that it's a Google Sheet.
Yes.
Good. Okay, so we have a special honorable mention today for Charu Agarwal. I'll let you know why it is a special mention in due course of time. We have a standing ovation award today for our table topics master, Kanika Dalmia. Let's have a big round of applause for both Charu and for Kanika. Great job done, both of you. We have two best table topic speaker today, starting with the first one, which is Anant Katyaini, who was also a very supportive tech master today. Believe me, if it was not for him, you would not have seen polls today. And our best table topic speaker literally stamped his authority, running away with all the votes. Many congratulations. We have our best speech evaluator, which was a very difficult decision for me, but many congratulations, Priyanka Mishra. We also have the best auxiliary role player. Today, the grammarian took it. Many congratulations, Nimit. We have the best role player, which was taken by Ragini, but it was very close. The table topic master almost took it. And the three role players were separated by just one vote. So kudos to you all. And we have the best speaker. Oh God, what a tough decision again. Did she disqualify on time? No, she did not. So many congratulations. So and Padma, before I hand over the stage, I totally concur with you that MOT is a time for introspection. And yes, we are in the business of experience and it is important. So whatever feedback you people provide, please provide it with complete candor. It is completely, it is confidential. Nobody will know what you voted. Oh, why did Charu get the honorable mention? Because she was supposed to come in third, but she got disqualified on time. We decided to give her honorable mention. So be very candid, completely candid in your moments of truth poll whenever you do it, because I can tell you that ever since Turning Point Toastmasters started, a lot of changes have come because of the feedback that you gave in the moments of truth. So please be absolutely candid. It's a practice I want to carry over from Turning Point Toastmasters. Thank you, and back to you, Presiding Officer. If there are no further announcements, I will stop the recording.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rupinder. Just one, that I will be sharing the form, Google form, with all of you just after the meeting, one click away. I would want all of you to take your sweet time to analyze and share the feedback. And yes, having said that, be candid, voice out what you feel is right, what you feel is wrong, so that we can work on the strengths and weaknesses. And not to forget, members lay down the foundation for a club. So if you do not speak out, if you do not tell us what is going well, what is not, we will not be able to work accordingly. So it is you who are going to tell us. Please take your time and fill the forms diligently by the end of the day again. Thank you so much. With this, we can stop the recording.
Recording stopping.